Hey, welcome to this month's Good Questions email, video, both. This month in our Ripple community, we're talking about the authentic me, how you show up in the world as the authentic version of yourself. But a very good question was put on the table. What happens when the people that I have surrounded myself with don't accept me when I decide to show up as the authentic version of myself? Maybe I've been trying to play a certain role. Maybe I've been acting a certain way to gain acceptance or be able to avoid any conflict. And now I'm stepping out and I'm walking into my power, and people are not happy about it. First and foremost, I think this question is fantastic, right? I paraphrased a little bit of it because it was shared with me over the course of a kind of a long story about rejection. And when this person and I started talking, I said, how much value can you place in those connections or those relationships if those people aren't willing to see that you are putting your best foot forward, that you are trying to contribute something more significant to the world and in part to those relationships? The people who want to keep you down, the people who are accustomed to you being a certain way, they may have questions, and that is completely understandable. You acted one way, or you showed up in the world one way, and now you're coming across a different way. And you're communicating in your actions and your efforts a different story. And so it's understandable that some people will have questions. And so I think that the best approach is to share, I just haven't showed up as my true authentic self around you. I haven't been the best employee. I haven't been the best colleague. I haven't been the best, spouse. I haven't been the best sibling, right? I haven't been the best child. And trying to do something that is not congruent within here is exhausting. And so I'm trying to better myself by bettering how I approach, how I acknowledge who I am, how I should be, and the gifts and the talents that I have to contribute to this world. And I feel like anytime I'm putting on an air or a hat or a different kind of act, that I'm not being that. And so my hope is that we can have that conversation and you can understand where I'm coming from. It isn't that I read this new book or heard from the Ripple guy and now all of a sudden I just woke up and I'm going to be the new version of Steve, the new and improved version. Authenticity is a tricky thing, right? Because I know for a fact I have played roles with certain relationships because I didn't want to be viewed a certain way, or I didn't feel confident in my own skin, or I didn't feel like I had the pedigree or the education or the experience. And so I had to act a certain way to, in my mind, gain acceptance for others. But it's all a lie. It's all built on a house of cards. And the reality is that those people who can acknowledge that the human journey is a growth journey, that you are evolving and changing, and that you are wanting to remove anything that isn't consistent with who you are, it isn't consistent with your core values, your ethics, your approach to the world. It's not a license to go and just not give a excuse my French, even though I don't think that's a French word, but it is a license to dabble in what you think that you need to do in order to show up and represent the best version of yourself to the world. And the people that will understand it will be the people that you'll sit down and have conversations with, and they'll be like, awesome, I'm here for it. I'm here to support you. And the people who aren't, they'll be like, nah, that's strange, that's weird, that are gonna pass judgment. They're gonna look at you through their own lens. Their opinion of you is none of your business. Just don't care. If they can't show up to support you, they don't want to see you any other way than what they're accustomed to, then my friend, what are you gonna do? You can't change, them. All you can do is focus on changing yourself and how you respond to criticism, how you react to negative feedback, how you have to embrace that sometimes you have to move on. So my overall answer to this question is have some authentic conversations with the people and say, look, I want to explain where I'm coming from, what I'm doing and why. And those that are really meant to be in your life are going to rise up to meet you. And those that really aren't meant to be in your life will probably identify themselves pretty quickly. And you have a great bit of news headed your way, because by removing them from your immediate network or from your immediate vicinity, you're opening up space for people who really want to be there for you, with you, living this life, loving this life through the authentic eyes of you. And that, my friend, is a gift in itself. All right, you guys have a fantastic rest of your month. Finish up this year strong. Go kick some ass as the authentic version of you. We're all looking for it. We all want it. And I promise you, we are here for it. Just ripple on.